Sword Coast Mountains or the Sword Mountains, but no, it's just hills. And like I said, on top of
All right.
one of these hills, a couple miles to the north, you do see a very large protruding tower with these massive flying birds, flying something going around this tower. And there's quite a few, probably a half a dozen of them flying around this tower.
I asked Raz, is there any way you could tell me what kind of birds those are?
Raz would head to the location where she would be able to properly see them from and look to see if she could find out what
Why
kind of
don't you
bird they were.
give me a perception check, and if it's high enough, I'll kind of tell you what you might think it looked like. How about that?
Perception check.
Yep.
All right,
So
just in the
yeah, just
regular
in the
chat.
Yep, just in the regular chat. Yep. Or you can double click on it. Or very good, very nice. No, that's actually exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for 15.
Oh,
So
that was the wrong. I took the
you did
nature,
nature.
but I have
Okay.
a +3 in perception
Yeah,
now, so I would have
give me.
gotten an
Yeah,
18.
you would have
Yeah.
gotten a little bit better. So these things appear to be. They look like huge flying vultures. Just the way that their necks are protruding way out, and you're kind of thinking to yourself, vultures don't get that big, but they do look like massive vultures, and you're a couple miles away, and but they're just so massive, and with your vision and all of your skills in nature, you think that these could be some vultures, but the biggest vultures that you've ever seen.
Raz proceeds to just walk back down and says, "There is no way we're going close to that tower. They would pick me up and eat me for lunch."
They probably would.
Well, what are they?
You would be a tender little snack for those things.
So
They're-
this stone armor on this body we dug up, can we go back to that real quick?
Sure. Yeah.
Uh, Clearly this guy isn't using it anymore. Is it better than my armor, or should I maybe borrow it temporarily?
What do you have on?
Oh, you're looting the dead.
Well, they're dead. They don't mind. How do I know what I have on? I'm sorry.
That's okay. On your character sheet, under the main tab, it should say what type of armor you have. So, well, on your
Yeah,
inventory,
see, I don't
go to
see
your
that.
inventory. It'll tell you like who are you playing again?
Kel,
Kel.
Kazim?
He's got leather armor on, so he's a dexterity based fighter. So
Okay.
yeah, Kel doesn't want heavy armor. He wants light armor.
And this
So-
stone armor is actually heavy. It's
Oh,
not
it's-
some kind of magical armor that's
It's
light.
a very heavy material. You don't know if it's magical or not. You have no clue. You would have to, somebody would have to use a detect magic spell to find out.
And our magician's too much of a loser to actually take that spell, so.
I beg your damn pardon. I have that spell.
Oh,
And
okay.
I have identify.
Did you see your?
That is right.
Did you see your wand that I made for you on your attack actions? Now, Theo?
I did.
Yeah. So every time you use that wand, you'll just put the checks in there for how many charges you do. You know what I mean? And then you'll see that I actually made an attack for every charge that you spend too. So I
Oh, that's awesome.
kind of made it pretty easy for you. So all you'd have to do is basically just drag and drop that onto the target.
You, sir, are a scholar and a gentleman.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you about that last week. All right, so that is where
So
we're
I'm
at
not done
on the armor. Yeah, the
going
armor.
through
You
the
don't.
dead
You have.
bodies.
Oh, you can go through it. I mean, you do whatever you want. I mean, it's not like they're saying stop. I mean, you can do whatever you want. If you want to, if you want to respect the dead, you can do whatever you want. But by this time, Donk, you get this. Now by this time you're freaking exhausted because now I mean you've got sweat coming down your forehead. You've actually, you've burned a lot of energy exhuming these 4 corpses in about an hour. And
So can I offer Donk my wine flask since he seems very thirsty? But...
sure, you can, yeah.
Oh,
when,
okay,
when you,
good.
Yeah,
So-
when you walk over to him and you go to grab your flask, you notice that it's not there. As
What?
he's as he's throwing this last corpse up onto the ground, which looks to be a human male in a white robe with black feathers on the shoulders.
Knowledge, religion.
Okay, so feathers aside, as interesting as that is right now,
Most definitely.
I'm a little more worried about the fact that my wine is missing right now.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Sasha, hear him talking about this. I want to do a perception check too.
I think I did that right.
You definitely see Sasha over there kind of giggling, drinking out of your wineskin, drinking out of
Hey,
your
hey,
water
hey, hey,
skin.
hey.
Hey, you never said
Said
you
I
put
was
it
walking
away.
away.
Exactly. and you definitely see her drinking out of your water skin, kind of chuckling, and then she kind of looks back and sees you glaring right at her, and she's like, oh, trying to kind of like putting it in front of her and stuff now. Bum,
So,
bum, ba-bum.
Oh, jeez.
Dave, I swear to God, you're always ruining my fun.
You didn't put it away. I would have gladly had fun with you if you would have said, yeah, I put it away in my pack or something. But you're literally drinking this, sucker. And then he kind of looks around, peers around, and sees you drinking out of his wineskin. He made the check.
So I would like to walk
sorry.
over there. I'm going to stomp over there and try and yank it out of her hand. Does that work?
do you let go of it, Sasha, or do you try to hold on to it?
Actually, as he approaches me, I just throw it to him and say, here you go. I'm sorry. I thought that was mine.
This isn't where I parked my car.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Did she throw it away? What happened?
No,
She threw it to you.
She threw it to you. She kind of tossed it to you.
Okay, so I grab it and I kind of contemplate, like, I kind of want to pour it over her head, but then I think about it. Would I rather drink what's left or pour it on her head?
Is
Is
Havard
there
anything
anything
else?
left? That's the question.
So I have a
There's little bit
sip,
left.
and then I hand it over to Dunk and say, here, you have the rest.
I just go ahead
Good
and
guy.
I know. So I squeeze it, like when you're squeezing to get like that last drop, and I just squeeze it, and then once I realize that nothing that would ever satisfy my Goliath appetite, my Goliath thirst, I reach into my backpack and grab my skin of water, and I just chug it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you pulled out this last male human, like I said, wearing a white robe, black feathers protruding from the shoulders, and has
And is his head smashed in?
no,
or
actually,
is his
no,
arrows?
just the first one that you had exhumed had died from bludgeoning, but no, this actually his white robe had several red spots on the back as you were kind of rolling him over, and he actually got shot in the back with arrows.
I'm just wondering if this robe with feathers on the shoulders, this somehow helps us with those bird-like creatures that are circling the tower.
So you wonder that out loud?
Yeah, I'm kind of I'm thinking out loud here.
Grab the robe.
There.
Not knowledge, religion.
You can, yeah, your knowledge check, your history check. Give me, but it does look like a sort of like a symbol, like the Earth cultist symbol, but not identical. It definitely is a different symbol. Here's. So as you guys are talking and whatnot, the old guy hears you guys talking about the keep, and he goes, "Oh, well, he hears you talking about the tower." He says, "The tower. You guys, what are you guys talking about? The tower? Did I hear you right? Huh?
Yes, sir.
What's that you say? What?"
I said yes.
His hearing starts. He says, "Oh, That's the Feathergale Spire. That's that's the Feathergale Spire. That's the place I know that the knights from Waterdeep go up there sometimes. They fly around and they're monsters and whatnot. That's all I know of the place, though.
I asked if he knows any of the people here. I'll show him the pictures.
But these poor wretched souls. I do not know any of them. I do not know.
Guess it's time to the tower, boys and lasses.
Before we head off, is there some way I can do some kind of like check on that that robe that dead body was wearing with the feathers on the shoulders to make sure it's not some kind of
This is
trap or something like this to put
this
on
is
it?
the symbol that you see on the robe. That's the symbol. Now, Thea, if you'd like to do some kind of history check to try to recall any type of information, that would be okay. Wow, very nice crit.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Wow, that's the first crit we've
20.
had in a while. Yeah, very, very nice. So I'll definitely give the chat 10 XP for that. So you recognize this symbol? I think you're the one that actually determined that the symbol was from the cult of the Black Earth too, if I'm not mistaken, a couple sessions ago.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
he did.
Yeah, you're recognizing this as you're starting to put the two and two together now. This is a cult of the Howling Hatred. And this is basically the followers who worship the element of air. And this is who they call themselves. The cult of the Howling Hatred.
I bet they're nice.
You know that they worship the destructive power of wind and storms, believing those who venerate elemental air gain the power to punish those who have wronged them.
Okay, I'm gonna follow up with a religion check. If I've heard about any of their type of actual beliefs or dogmas, traditions, and whatnot. Anything we use future in a bluff check.
Sure. No, I'll just go ahead and I'll just tell you because I mean, for Christ's sake, you had a 20, man. So I'm gonna reward you with that 20. So the symbol of elemental air is an inverted triangle, and with three branching lines above it. Some believe it stands for the funnel cloud of a tornado, while others see it as the superiority of winged creatures over the ground. Some maintain it is an ancient rune that stands for the elemental lord Yon Si Bin. Whatever their interpretations, the air cultists use the symbol as a secret password of sorts. So you know that they use that as maybe a secret password.
How do you spell Yancy Bin?
Yan, Y-A-N C-B-I-N. Yan Si Bin.
Okay, definitely have to do a religion check on that guy.
Yeah, the cult of the Howling Hatred appeals to those who deal in perceptions over facts, basically illusionists, spies, and assassins, for example. Predatory or fierce winged creatures of any kind, even non-sentient monsters that would otherwise resist training, perceive the air cultists as allies and cooperate them. You know, creatures like hippogriffs, griffins, and giant vultures are frequently used as air cult steeds.
I think we've got a pattern here.
20 got the crit.
There's going to be a fire one, and there's going to be a water one. Fuck, how many of these goddamn elements is there?
You do know
there's
that there are a couple more, and I'm just going to tell you this. You know that there is a cult of the eternal flame, and you know that there is a cult of the crushing wave. And you know that they're not friendly with one another either. That's what you know about the cults. Seeing that you've already identified two, you're starting to put a pattern together with your crit. Yeah, you definitely, that's the symbol that you know of what, you know, the symbol represents.
So everyone, here's what I'm thinking happened. So we have the earth douches fighting the wind douches, and they go into a fight and they just buried their people here. And I bet we'll find the air douches, boom, up there in that tower.
There was, remember, like I said, there's one of these Earth cultists here. There's an air cultist here, but then there's a couple a couple of these corpses are from Mirabar also.
Mercenaries.
Yeah. Yeah, mercenaries, or they fought Mirabar. I don't know why they would bury them all, but somebody did. So, I think I actually kind of liked what Kel was saying about picking up that cloak. If he's not going to do that, I mean, I think I might take that cloak, that white cloak, even though it would be kind of tiny on my back, like an itty bitty Batman cape.
It'd be like Chris Farley doing the fat man in a
In a
little
tiny
coat.
shirt.
Fat
Yeah,
man
that's
in
right.
a little coat.
Because I'm thinking I would love, because if indeed what Theo just said is true, then these air cultists are friends with the element or the winged avians, and there's a bunch of winged avians down the hill next to this tower. Maybe we can wear this and kind of pull off that we're friendly and not get attacked.
So I like that idea, but I look over at Sasha, and I shake my empty wine flask at her and say, maybe you should try this cloak on first just to make sure. And I'm kind of reminding her with my empty wine bottle that she owes me one.
Yeah, and this, like I said,
So,
this cloak has a couple holes in the back also from being shot in arrow, shot with arrows. Well, actually, arrows hit this person, and so there's some blood markings around the holes on the back too. So just kind of letting you guys know that again.
Okay.
so can anybody here detect magic?
I can.
Wonderful, lass. You mind checking these?
Pile it all up here. We'll see what comes up. So
Pile it
she
all.
could pile it all up, pile everything up that you want me to detect. I'll throw it out there. Well, we'll see what happens because this is my first time, actually casting this girl. God
What's up,
knows what will
Morpheus?
happen.
Yeah, I'm using
it's fun,
Fantasy
lass.
Grounds now. Using Fantasy Grounds, bud. I love Fantasy
Raz
Grounds.
takes this warning to heart and hides behind Donk's maul, holding her hands over her ears, being very unfamiliar with how wizard magic works.
It
Yeah,
does a lot
And
more
Kel
than what
just
I
hides,
needed. It's
hides
not that
behind
it's better
Donk,
or anything.
kind of peering around.
It just
from
has
his
more
large
options and
sides.
features that I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'm not so much caring about magic, just as an FYI. I'll do the magic seeds, but that's probably as much as I'll take magic. So I'll also be a little wary of this spell that I'm watching Sasha perform.
Don't even worry, it's just detect magic.
Yeah,
Wait
so-
till you see the rest of my stuff.
Yeah, as you pile everything up, you cast Detect Magic, Sasha. This is the first time that you've ever cast magic around, Donk and Raz and Theo. So they're kind of actually surprised to see you, cast any magic. And as you do this, none of the items that are in the pile glow. So none of them have any kind of magical property. Meaning the Earth Cultist armor, the robe, the other gray tattered robes that were found, none of that stuff glows. However, on each individual, you can see their pouches and whatnot glowing, probably from their potions of healing and everything.
So, being the selfish guy that I am, I
Banquo,
noticed
thank you
this
for
and
the
I
follow,
quickly run up
Banquo.
and grab
Thank
that
you.
cloak with the feathers on the shoulder.
Welcome to the community, Banquo. Thank you.
So are you saying that you're gonna grab the cloak with the feathers, with the blood spots on the back?
Yeah, because I have an issue with Sasha. So as soon as I see her cast Detect Magic and I see nothing wrong with it, apparently I
Well, the
grab
thing
it.
is, this is kind of the thing, right? You wouldn't know if there's anything wrong, because you just
Oh,
see her
only
cast
She's
the
the
spell.
only one. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
the only
she's
one
the
that
only
can
one
see
that can
it.
see it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and no, sorry,
that's
no problem.
okay.
And I didn't hear her say anything about this is
And she kept
useless
it-
or this is magical or whatnot. So
My bad. So when I heard you say
That's
it
all right, no problem.
doesn't glow, I didn't realize that I didn't know that. Okay.
Is Raz's knife glowing?
Raz's knife is definitely glowing big time.
I have a magic knife.
You have a magic dagger, correct?
But it hasn't
Oh,
been
okay.
identified yet, has it?
It has been identified. Yeah, she identified it.
I think she paid
Is
for
is
it.
that the
Oh, okay.
Resor that's in my inventory
Yes, yes.
there? Okay.
Pretty cool dagger. Not that it's super powerful or anything. This just has a pretty cool thing where if you speak the name of the dagger, when when you pull the dagger out, it's +1 to hit, +1 to damage, and when you speak the name Rezier, it sheds light 10 feet. But seeing that
Oh.
she already has as a halfling, no, in fact, I don't. I believe that halflings do not get. Do they get a vision? I don't think
Nope.
they do.
Uh,
Gnomes
No.
do.
Yeah, gnomes do. That's right. Dwarves do. Half elves do. Elves do. So as a halfling, that would help her out because she doesn't have any kind of vision, so she can kind of hold that up as a torch. So, but yes,
Yeah.
that dagger is growing. That's probably glowing the brightest of everything, Sasha. And she was the
Okay.
one that said, "Oh yes, I use daggers," when she uses a bow all the time.
she likes
So-
the shinies. What can I say?
So
Yeah.
I whispered to Sasha. So what do you say?
I walk over and I feign like there might be some interest in the cloak. I pick it up. I walk over to Kalkazim and I just got this concerned look on my face, and I said, "Heads up, it's cursed!" And I throw it on top of him.
What? What, the robe?
Yes.
Nice.
So I freak out, and then I realize that I don't actually care because this mortal world doesn't really mean much to me without wine.
Just kidding.
This is a whole new tell this week, isn't it?
Ah,
That's right.
You lush.
That's fine, man.
I love it. I
So,
love it.
He's depressed and he's an alcoholic. And totally different.
I'm detecting a wee bit of sexual tension between Sasha and Cal.
Well,
Oh,
Sasha,
hell no.
Sasha and that dagger. Never mind.
You're not touching the dagger.
That's right. So, are you what do you got that cloak? I say that we start heading towards those giant vultures.
Do you
I
want
mean,
to?
it's been a
Right.
while.
Hey, that's the Featherhill Spire. I said. Didn't you hear me the first time, you big clumsy oaf?
Featherhill Spire. Got
He's
it.
still gathering the sheep up. You think he's gone, and then he just kind of magically appears again with his sheep.
Hey, old timer, I have a job for you.
What? Hey, who said that? What?
Down here.
I'll run circles. Oh, yes, Mr. Dwarf. Yes.
So, I want you to take these notes back to the town.
Spit
give
it
them
out.
to the. I'll speak up loudly.
Oh,
So,
yes.
what you need to do is take these back to town. You got it.
Take. What are these?
Drawings.
They're what?
Drawings.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Get over here! And he yells, "Get over here!" to one of the sheep. And it scurries back over towards him. So he's got his mind on getting the sheep, his flock, tendered. So he says, "Yes, I'll make sure the constable gets them. I will make sure." And there's 4 sketches of the.
Yep.
Very
Of
good.
the bodies.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah,
So,
that's kind of a good idea.
that's
I've
a
never.
great idea.
Yeah, Theo usually doesn't have those.
Now, what you need to do is ask him if anybody knows these people.
Okay, if anybody, I don't know those people. There's hardly anybody you see that lives around here in the Summer Hills. There's just hardly anyone. They don't look like they're from Red Larch.
Just in case, old timer.
No,
You young spry young buck, you.
well, I kind of like the young spry better than the old timer. Because I'll run circles around you. You ask that
Oh,
big
my little
goofball
short,
over
stubby
there.
legs.
Yeah.
You'll
Yes.
outpace me any day. But
Yes.
focus,
Yes.
my friend.
Yes.
Focus.
Focus.
I am focused. I will ask to see if anybody recognizes these people. These are the 4 unfortunate souls that you had found.
Aye. Also, let them know where we're going.
And where are you heading? Are you going to the Feather Scale Spire?
We are going to the Featherscape Spire.
You said something about taking the large path to Belliard over the stone bridge.
We'll do that later.
Yeah, that is travel's up to you, my friend. I was just kind of reminding you, because that's all you were talking about is trying to find some damn books in Wamford and trying to find out these missing people, and maybe these are the missing people from Belliard. We just don't know. And I'm glad that I'm helping you. So this means that I'm kind of part of the group, right?
Aye, and here's your share, and I'll give him a gold piece.
Oh my god, a whole
Hey,
gold
wow.
piece? This guy's collected the money like anybody's business, just doing his regular job.
Hey, thanks for the gold. And he takes the. Hey, it's very nice of you.
So if you happen to drop hints around town about the air cult here,
You
be a
said
big favor.
air coach.
Air court. Colt.
Air coat. Okay. Good. So there's a
C-U-L-T.
cult. There's a cult that worships the air. Well,
Aye.
Isn't that a little funny? Don't you think?
It is a bit weird.
Yeah.
So, what's he going to do, there, young one?
First off, I'm gonna finish getting all of these sheep round up, and then I'm gonna head over to Red Hearts, and I'm gonna go to the Singing Sword Inn, and I'm gonna take this gold and the silver pieces that Mr. Cheapo gave me over there, and I'm gonna start partying like it's the year 5349.
Before you do that, go to the constable.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Theo. I will talk to the constable first. Okay, and then he starts going, go to the constable first. Go to the constable. He repeats it to himself about a dozen times, and he says, okay, I've got it. I'm gonna go to the constable first, and then I'm gonna go get sunburned in Red Larch. No pun intended with the Sumber Hills.
That's a good one.
Who knows? Maybe you'll
Be
find
sure to
yourself
try
a.
some fine Grogfest ale while you're there.
Forget the ale. Find yourself a nice young lass.
What I've heard about you, maybe the next time I'm in there and you're there,
Honey,
maybe
if it was 5 platinum, I would probably hook you up.
five. What the hell is a platinum?
It's one of these, and she flashes him a platinum piece.
He hobbles over to you and he goes, "Oh, that's mighty pretty." And he outreaches his hand and he may I? Is that for me?
Greedy old fuck, isn't he?
He's-
No, I got 92 diamond pieces for you.
you
She
keep-
wouldn't take it.
What is that? I've never seen one of those before. Is
It's
that
10
like
gold.
There's
It's 10 gold, dude.
Oh mercy, dude! That is 10 gold pieces.
10 gold pieces.
Never
He drops
seen
the
one
axe
of
and he
those.
turns out to be like a monk.
He just steals from you now.
And he just rolls us all.
Fucking arch.
I tuck it back
archlets.
down in my bra.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All
Of
right,
course,
so
I wonder why everybody else isn't questioning where the hell I came up with this platinum piece.
Oh,
Is that
we already know you're a hooker.
I walk over and
You're
I
a-
slap him and I say, I
you're
beg
an
your
urchin.
damn pardon, dwarf.
a lover's quarrel. I'll let you two lovers be, and all of my sheep are here. I enjoy just be super careful at the Feathergale Spire. Be careful. Yeah.
So how?
Good day
I
to
think
you.
I'd like to start making my way to the Feather Gale Spire.
Before any of this, Raz would step right on over to Theo, one of the few people she can actually look in the eye in the group, and go, "Why would you say we go to the spire? Those vultures would pick us up and eat both of us for a snack."
Because my common sense is tingling.
My
Your
common
common
sense.
sense should be telling you not to go in within range of the man-eating
Well,
birds.
sometimes it's my loot sense, and sometimes it's my common sense that tingle. I can't tell which is which right now, so I'm just going to go with common sense. So, onward and upward, I say.
All right then. She walks over and does her little halfling thing and starts hiding in Donk's shadow.
Kel wonders, has the old man left yet?
No, he's starting to walk down the hill.
Okay, so I start to jog after him and I yell, "Hey, old man, do you have any wine?"
Old man, what are you talking to me?
Yeah, do you have
Old
any
man.
wine? Any beer?
I absolutely. I've got my water skin here, but it's just not. It's water.
It's water.
Never mind. And I turn around disappointed. My
Are,
my shoulders are hunched over, and
are you
I
okay?
saunter back. Yeah, leave me alone. Don't worry about
No, I'm sure.
Is it like a spring or a stream anywhere around here?
There's a. Oh, did you say a stream? Yes, sir.
Aye.
There's a stream down around the tower, but you're gonna play hell getting down to it though. It's hundreds of feet below the tower.
Shit.
There's a huge gorge, a huge ravine.
Thank you, young timer.
Yeah, you'll be in the Sighing Valley up there. It's the Sighing Valley. There's lots of dangers up there, so I would be careful. There is the Lost River up there. It is below the tower, the Lost River. For
Young
that,
timer.
it's the
Could you
water
mark it on the
that
map
you
where
seek.
this is?
The Sighing Valley, sure.
I walk by Theo and say, "Young timer, kiss ass."
I know
It's
what a
what
kiss
it's
ass
what
with this whole
it's
young timer.
it's what I do.
Yeah, but I guess you're a dwarf. You live for like 400 years, so everybody's pretty much a short lifer to you.
Damn right. And we're at the shady black square looking thing, right?
Yes, and that
Yeah.
was just beautiful. You have just totally what creative words, creative language you used.
Go to hell, worm food. Go to hell. All right. So right about here,
It's gonna be on par with MS Paint.
oh, this is not. This is the drawback of. This is one drawback about this program is the drawing tools really 1985. I'm sure it'll change when this is totally getting totally upgraded when the new 3 comes out. So
Does it support a Wacom tablet so you can like draw with a hand right in it?
I doubt that. But yeah, the second blur there that you see on the map, that's the
Yeah.
direction of the tower basically.
All
And
right,
he
is
tells
it,
you there's the old guy Larman. He tells you that there's a sort of like a valley up there, and it's called the Sighing Valley, Sigghing, Sighing Valley.
now
But
is
he
this
says that there's
this
lots of
valley up
dangers
on
up
a
there.
higher hill?
It is. It is.
Okay.
It's about 2 miles up. It looks a couple miles up, up further anyways.
I'm going to climb on Donk's shoulders.
Raz is still
Okay.
hiding in Donk's shadow.
Wow,
Who
man, I've like
who
become a
who
big
runs
brother of
Bata
something here.
Town?
I think what I probably need to do though is I probably need to burn a food pack for the day and take another swig of wine because I was just pretty exhausted. And before we make this big hike, I want to make sure that I got plenty of energy. So I got some like a little mess kit that I'll chow it as I start moving towards the tower.
No, sounds good. Go ahead and deduct that from your sheet. All right.
So, is it possible to try and steal a swig of Donk's wine?
It's just a wine. It's a water skin, but it just has water in it. Sorry, I said wineskin, but it's a water skin.
Okay, never mind.
Raz starts noticing
You can
Kel's
smell
plight,
it.
and
You can
Raz just
smell the wine.
Sasha cracks
she
open hers and starts drinking down a few gulps of whatever alcoholic beverage she managed to shove in there last time, and kind of arches her brow over at Cal. It's like, you having a problem there, buddy?
Yeah, I believe you grabbed the rot gut last time, and it stinks horribly.
I'm like, God damn it!
Raz
So-
decides to be amicable and hands Kel her wineskin, letting him have a few swigs.
I really appreciate that, Raz, and I will only have 1, maybe 2 gallons of this, and I basically just scull as much as I can before Raz tries to stop me.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 swigs, and she starts trying to pull it away.
You might want to be pretty careful. There's a lot of griffins up there. There's also the creatures of the Lost River, and you might want to be careful of that manticore. There's usually a large manticore that roams these parts several times a year, and a lot of people think that he has its lair in the Sighing Hills, and I'm out of here now. Take care. Bye-bye. I'm going to Red Larch to get drunk.
And then he
Goddamn
disappears
time.
over the hill. That's crazy.
Goodbye.
Oh, he's gone.
He's not
Damn it! I
talking
was
to the
gonna give
constable.
him that platinum piece.
Oh, that's too
wow,
bad.
he's gone.
Fuck you.
He had just enough time.
He just popped his head up over the hill. Fuck you. And left.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Stick that in your living flesh pocket, whatever you call it.
Nature's pocket. Well, I think everybody, the crew's kind of heading towards the tower, and I guess since I'm letting the dwarf kind of ride on my shoulder, and then the halfling is darting in between my shadows like a fish in water, and I'm gonna start heading towards the. I'm kind of leading the group, and I want to be extra wary of these birds. I don't know if I can see them yet, but I want to kind of be extra wary of them. But just in case they come after me, I'll have a dwarf to throw at them, so I'm pretty comfortable that I'll be okay.
Nice. Yeah, it's pretty much going to take the rest of the daylight to get up here. I mean, this is a pretty. It's not a treacherous climb, but we're going to say that it's probably getting to late afternoon by the time you guys make your way up to the spire, to the Feathergate Spire. I'm sorry. And as you get to the top of this hill and you start to look into the Sighing Valley, you can tell that this is a very wide canyon consisting of a deep gorge. And then at the bottom of this gorge, you can see that there's a small river that's running through it. And you can see that there's lots of rock spires that are rising from the canyon floor. You can hear the wind as it howls, past the structure, you can hear the wind whipping around the tower. You can hear, all these rock outcroppings that are sprouting up. You can hear the wind whipping around that. There's lots of wild goats in the canyon. You can see several very, very large herds of wild goats. And now that the sun is starting to lower in the west, you can start to see that there is a sort of like a fog or a mist that is starting to produce from this river. And anybody remember what the old man called this river?
Oh, something about the Lost River?
That is the Lost River. That is exactly the Lost River. And I'm going to give you guys a handout right now. This is the Sighing Valley. There's no player's version for this, so I'm just gonna
So,
show you
Dave,
guys and
just to-
ignore all of the writing around it. All right.
So I'm like mountain born, so I'm a really good mountain climber because that's where I'm from. But I wanted to ask you, what's the temperature like? Because there's a mist. Does that mean it's getting cold?
Yeah,
because I'm
it's
also
getting pretty
good in
cool up here.
cold. So
It's getting
okay.
pretty cool up here. Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess I'm kind of getting more energized as it's getting colder and we're climbing up this mountain while everybody else is getting tired because I've got this, I can breathe at high altitudes. You know, this is kind of more of like where I grew up and it's kind of comforting to me.
It is a little bit more comfy, but it is nowhere even close to the temperature from where you're from. You're from freezing weathers, from a freezing climate. Now, there's also another image that I want to show you. This is what the actual tower looks like, so stand by. All right. And here's what the tower looks like as you're looking, kind of looking down over the gorge. And you can see that there are these massive, massive vultures that are kind of swirling around this tower. And it is definitely a multi-level tower, and you can see that there is a sort of like a bridge that extends across to the middle of this gorge because this tower is literally sitting on one of these rocks that are protruding up, a natural structure.
And with it getting late in the day, uh, are does it look like these swooping birds are noticing us or anything?
Yeah, well, they're not coming down but they haven't engaged you or anything, but they are, there's, a couple of these riders that are swirling around the top of the tower.
I'm gonna take out one of my rocks, my throwing rocks that I have for my missile weapon,
Oh boy.
and I'm gonna just have it ready. I'm not gonna throw it, but I'm gonna
Oh,
have it
okay.
at the ready,
Okay.
just in case I need to hurl it at something.
Okay.
And
Very
so
good
I think,
idea.
and if something comes at me fast, my reaction's gonna be just to toss that rock right at their head. And I
Me
think we're
donk
gonna
smash.
exactly. And I just want to start heading towards that beautiful spire that's in that picture.
Yeah, and you guys are up here in the very left-hand corner of this Feathergate Spire. Like I said, I don't have a. This is the only map that didn't have a player version without the markings on it. So just ignore everything else. But that is the Lost River, and that is the Feathergale Spire. So the Spire. I think. Mm, let's see. I would say let's go ahead and yeah, let's go ahead and call it for tonight. This is going to be a perfect place to call, and yeah, this is going to be a perfect place to stop for tonight. So you guys will be at the, basically, you guys are approaching the spire now, and you guys will be going across the bridge. So all right, so that's where we'll pick up next Friday.